I just went on a kick of watching Matr Stonie videos for literally 2 hours, and it was honestly time just so well spent. I don't even really know what it is about Matr Stonie that is just so interesting because you're just watching someone really scarf down food, except something about it, like, I really like his personality. The filmmaking is really good, the editing is on point, the music is on point. And then just seeing him able to do it, like, this is insane. He's doing things that I didn't think people could do, putting away so much food, like sittings of 10,000, 15,000 calories, and just doing it in under a half hour, even eating 100 Eggos, eating 7 PB&Js in a single minute. This is just crazy stuff. And I never really thought that people could do that. So it's cool seeing that. It's also really interesting because I remember there used to be Man vs. Food when I was growing up. And so I would watch that on TV. And looking back on it, it just seems like Matr Stonie's on another level from him. Matr Stonie really seems like he is the real deal and one of the greatest eaters ever. Now, granted, that's also from my perspective, and I've literally only seen Matr Stonie videos online in terms of like competitive eating. So, and another thing that I find really interesting about him is just that he seems really passionate and really into what he does. And I think that's so cool. And that's actually what really got me interested in Freddiew back when I was watching Freddiew, is just the sort of freedom that it seems he has in his lifestyle thanks to YouTube. And YouTube really allows him to pursue the things that he wants to pursue, or at least he used to back in the day with making shorts and making action videos and things of that nature. But that was always such a romantic idea to me. And growing up, I always sort of associated that with the West Coast. But as I've been getting older and older, I've begun to realize that that's more of a product of who you are and what environment is around you in life. So I think that it's almost just sort of by circumstance that they're both from the West Coast. But just the freedom that they get to have and to really enjoy, which is enabled to them through YouTube, I've always thought that's been really cool. And for a long time, YouTube's been my favorite website, and I'd say it probably still is. It's also interesting because YouTube is something that I grew up with as a kid, and I spent hours on it back then. And back then, it was just a website sitting in front of my desktop. I would go on it after school. And here I am, I don't know, even 8 years later. And now I'm watching it on my phone, and just they've really done a good job of staying relevant, which in terms of a lot of websites is something that really has, they have longevity issues, but somehow YouTube's managed to avoid it. And there's still great content creators out there. People like Matr Stonie. It used to be Freddiew for me. It used to be old Call of Duty commentators. People who just really exemplify this sort of lifestyle where it seems like they have a lot of freedom to pursue what they actually want to do. And they get really good at it as a result of that. And they just seem to really enjoy their lives. So